Hello, welcome to Liz Rocks and Stuff. I'm Liz. This is episode 98 of What's in My Tumbler. We are 2 weeks away from my 100th episode, and I have nothing planned for it. If we're lucky, maybe I'll release my ink video, but I need to have a conversation about that first. Anyway, we're starting off with Pure Insanity. Pure Insanity is purpurite and flourite, and spoiler alert, the flourite did what flourite does when you have it in a tumbler. Anybody who has ever tumbled flourite knows exactly how that flourite turned out. But the first thing we're going to do is get this into a burnishing cycle. So what I was mentioning with my 100th episode, or 100th episode that's coming up, some personal stuff's going on right now. I don't want to get too into anything in my personal life on this channel because that's not what this is about. But it could affect my posting schedule or my ability to post at all, depending on how long this stuff goes on. So I should know in the next couple of weeks what's going on. I might actually end up having some time to actually film the ink video and get that posted. So maybe for the 100th week, I will be able to film and edit the ink video and get that one done and out and not hanging over my head as a to-do any longer. And hopefully all of my personal stuff gets resolved fairly quickly. But anyway, this is going into a burnish for a few hours. After it's burnished, that it needed that burnish, as you can see. It was looking a little rough. So we're just going to get all of that borax and everything rinsed off. And then I am going to sort these out and dry them off. Now, I will say that the camera just does not show how these actually look in person. They look very dark and black, and they are dark, but they look a lot better in person than they do on the camera. So just keep that in mind, that while I am happy with how these turned out, they look terrible on camera and in the pictures that I took. So anyway, I gotta say, I'm happy with the variety of colors I got with this flourite. I've just gotta, bite the bullet one day and get a vibe and polish my flourite, because it all looks horrible. Because flourite just isn't gonna shine. I don't know what's up with that. Why can I shine softer rocks like shungite and it looks nice, and then I tumble flourite the exact same way and it looks horrible? I don't know. Anyway, those are all sorted. We're gonna get it dried off, and then I'm gonna dry off a few pieces to let you see close up. And as you can see, you can kind of see there's like a little bit of a purple shimmer in there that's really cool. And there is a bit of a shine. It's not mirror shiny. It's not great, but it is much better than I thought I was going to get, to be honest. And then there's the flourite. The flourite just looks awful. I don't know what to say. So these are some close-ups. I did not want to over-tumble these, so there are a lot of pits and cracks, which is part of why they're not looking too great on camera. That's the best picture I could get. I don't know. And then the floor. Fluorite just cracks me up. I don't know why. Anyway, Rainbow. So Rainbow is the control for my gem foam experiment. And this is, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of talk forward what I'm doing with this Foamy and Rainbow this week. Is after I sorted these out, I did not have very many rocks that still needed more time in stage 2 or stage 1, but I did not have enough for a full barrel in stage 2. And on top of that, I knew I was probably not going to have enough for a full barrel for Foamy. So what I decided to do is I went ahead and I just put this barrel to the side for now. And I combined the stage 1 rocks from this barrel into the Foamy barrel, and then I topped that up with some cherry quartz that I have. If you watched my New Year's video, it was one of the rocks that I was breaking up in that video. Also, incidentally, the red quartz is the other rock I was breaking up in that video. So that's what I did. And then so next week, I should hopefully have enough for 2 full barrels that I will try to keep as equal in quantity of things as I can. I'm not going to get super scientific with it. I'm not going to count out how many tiny green quartzites are in there. I'm just going to make sure that one isn't all big rocks and one isn't all little rocks. Because that's not really what I'm looking at here. I'm looking to see, is there a difference if you use gem foam? So hopefully next week we'll have 2 barrels going into stage 2. But for this week, basically Rainbow got put off to the side, and Foamy Rainbow got combined with Rainbow and added on top of that to have a barrel with hopefully more stage 2 ready rocks next week. If anything, maybe it'll be another week before we're ready for that. So this is now Foamy. I'm not sure why Foamy is not shaping up as quickly as Rainbow, given that they are the same rocks in both. Who knows? It's just the composition of the rocks. So maybe getting and redistributing the rocks will be better scientifically in the long run. I don't know. Anyway, so we are just going to go through and check these rocks out. I can't really talk too much about what I'm doing because I talk about it a lot, but I'm looking to see if anything is smooth enough to move on, meets my usual standards for going forward. And so I will just be quiet while I finish sorting these rocks. And now that those are done, I am going to then take those off to the side and then pour. Those are what was left from Rainbow. As you can see that there still is a very low level of rocks in there. And then this is the cherry quartz that I had. So I'm just going to dump some of that in there. I probably should have just used the cherry quartz from the beginning. I don't know why. I was like, I don't need the cherry quartz. Apparently I did need it. That's water and then borax and stage 1 grit. And then these are ready to go on the tumbler for a week. So, like I said, hopefully next week we'll have Foamy and Rainbow both going into stage 2. So there will be at least our first look at, is there a difference between rocks that have had used gem foam and not when you're using ivory soap. So now Multitudinal, this was the new barrel from last week. So this is mixed agates and mixed rocks. So it's just a mix of a bunch of stuff. So I probably didn't talk about this last week, but when I do mixed batches like this, I expect that at least half of them are going to look like crap when it's done. At least half of these are not going to shine. The agates are probably all going to look amazing. Anything that's quartz is probably going to look amazing, and everything else is going to look terrible. That's just the nature of mixed batches when you have rocks of different softnesses, or hardnesses, I guess, and different materials all mixed together. So for the most part, the agates I had are all ready to move forward. Those were all from Miko's mine. They're cut rather than crushed, so they shape up a lot faster. The rest of the rocks are crushed rocks from, I don't even know where. I couldn't tell you where I got those from. I would have said Rockshed, but I don't think I've ordered them from Rockshed recently. It might even be a batch from Amazon because I was like, I just want some mixed rocks and I don't care about their quality because they're filler. So who knows? There's some interesting colors in here, but I don't know what any of this stuff is. I think the yellow stuff down there is probably yellow jasper. There's probably some Amazonite. There's always some Amazonite, which always looks bruised because I never tumble it right. And then this is just sort of a bunch more rocks from that same batch. And that green one on the very top, I think is probably mica, which means it is going to get beat up and might maybe not survive. And I'm fine with that. This is literally just fill in a barrel. Honestly, I just wanted to get the rest of the mixed agates done. So I just threw them in with a bunch of mixed rocks. So this is a tablespoon of borax and 3 tablespoons of stage 1, and we'll see what survives. And now that I remember, I can't remember if I called this multitudinal or multitudinous. I think it was multitudinal. But it's worn off the barrel, so I can't read it anymore. All right, new barrel. I have an empty barrel to start, so we are going to do glass. I have not tumbled glass, but this stuff looks so cool. It's a big mix of just all kinds of different glass. It looks really interesting. And I don't know how far I'm going to take this. I don't know if I'm going to just put it through stage 1 and call it quits and have it look sort of like sea glass, but these are big chunks of glass to be sea glass. Or if I'm going to take it through all of them and see what it looks like after it's done all 4. I don't think these, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do glass all the way through stage 4. So I don't know if glass shines back up, you know? So that'll be interesting to see. So that's what I'm kind of like, I've never really seen anybody go that far. I've seen people go through like stage 2 and then they stop because they like the sea glass look. But I don't know. We'll see how far I decide to take these. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And I will see you all next week.